Hey Pisces, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekly reading from April 7th through the 13th, 2025. This is for Pisces. Last shuffle for Pisces. Sorry for the late notice, y'all. Something happened last night that let me know I need to do a weekly. I will resume dailies on the 14th, and I'm available for personal reads should you need one. But yeah, man, listen, it's one of those weeks. But we've got it, right? We've got this, right? I've got this. I gotta keep telling myself that. That's so funny. But stuck energy and status quo. Now, this tells me that your week is going to start with a lot of energy where you may feel stuck in a sense. Stuck, like your words. People may, you need to, I wouldn't say be careful with what you have to say, but people are going to start calling you to the carpet. Didn't you say this? Didn't you say that? Wait a minute. Weren't you going to do XYZ? They're going to hold you to your words, even if we don't mean them. Okay, this is that vibe of children saying, you said in a minute, it's been two. It's 59 seconds, mom or dad or uncle or aunt. It's like you have to be very sure about what you say to people. Look, I cannot make this up. Look at all these freaking knights. Four of Pentacles over the whole reading is speaking a lot about conserving your energy. It's speaking a lot about keeping your word, making sure you say what you mean what you say. Also, I'm seeing an ending here. I'm seeing stuck energy on Knight of Swords here twice, the Empress and Two of Cups. So your energy all around you, it feels as though Spirit is going to make sure that you stay in this realm of if you say something, you've got to make it happen. You've got to bring it together. You got to bring it home. So I would be careful about what I say this week. I would not say too much. I wouldn't promise too many things. I would focus on new. I would focus on if that was what you used to do, it's important now to embrace what's inside of you, which is I don't want to do it. If you no is a whole sentence, and I think that that's something that's important to say or to people, or express why you don't want to do certain things. This is a week now to embrace your new adventure and live your dreams passionately. Honestly, express how you feel. The Spirit's going to stick you to it until you're honest about what, because it seems like everyone's going to hold you to stuff. So if you say something just to get out of the chaos, if you just say something just to shut people up, you best believe you're going to be held to it, and you've got to unplug. That's part of the reason why I'm saying be careful what you say. Say no, or I will think about it, and I may not, like, I'll think about it. Now is a no. Now is something I'm not really positive I can do. Okay. I don't think it's possible. If it is, I will let you know. I would start off with that. Like, don't say yes off the rip, or maybe none of that. Go, not at the moment, no. I might change my mind if I can check my schedule or see what I've got going on. Because I'm seeing that there's a dark side to you where you may, and the dark side is this, is that you may say yes and jump to things really quickly because it makes sense at the moment, but not considering your energy levels or your resources until much later. And I don't see someone missing out on their blessings, but you kind of do, because you may not realize that there are a lot of problems with the relationships you have where you do this. Because it's important when you don't feel like, say this, because they're giving me 50 different scenarios. First is the kids. Then they're showing that you may be agreeing to do things with people, or agreeing to things with people for whatever reason. Certain people, though, and you don't really feel like you want to or want to be involved with certain things or certain people at all. You may say, I don't want to be bothered with that, but I'll say yes because of who they are, or who they are to you, kind of vibe. But you're not being your true authentic self. It'll start to feel like a prison. This week, it's going to be highlighted that you're imprisoned by your words and you don't want to. And it seems like you want to stop doing this, or you don't want to do certain things. It could be parents and children. You feel obligated to help them with something because of maybe at some point things weren't all that great. So now you want to make things better. You want them to be able to leave the baggage of the past in the past. I don't care what you do as a parent. you're always going to do something that it's like our goal, our ultimate goal, right? As people, as parents, as adults, is to not be the reason someone goes to therapy. You know what I mean? I mean, most of the time, that's, I mean, if you've got your mind together, right? Or unless the person really needs it and you know it, right? If they're narcissistic in nature, you kind of want them to go to therapy. But you know what I mean? I don't want to be the reason that you are so traumatized that I'm sending you to therapy. You want to be the one who is wanting you to heal, kind of vibe. And if therapy is part of the healing, then go by all means. At least that much is what I'm seeing. Some people, that's not the case. They can't wait for somebody to be all messed up, and so I can't discount that. And so, there's a purpose for darkness as well. However, I'm seeing you needing to embrace some part of yourself that may continue to live unauthentically, but it's causing so many problems because you have a purpose and you're meant to be who you are. Being who you are means that everyone else in your life is in their position and everything gets taken care of. If you are not being authentic, right? Like you're doing things and you don't really want to do things. You're focusing on some things for people that you don't really want to focus on because you want to be a blessing, right? You want to bless them, but you're tired and you don't want to do it, and it doesn't resonate with you, and all these other things. The spirit is showing that there is problems, and the moment that you decide to shine your true light and be who you really are, you're going to start to see a lot of issues. First off, it's going to be shocking. I'm seeing a lightning bolt, which usually in the Akashic energy is to mean that it's lighting up the whole sky, and now you see all the puddles forming in problematic places. Perhaps your crops are going to be lost in a certain part of the place because you finally see, oh my gosh, I forgot to press, I forgot to dig that hole. I forgot to do that. Da, da, da. And so there's something about this needing to happen so we can address the issues that we've been avoiding because we haven't been our true selves. Everyone starts to fall in line when you decide to unplug, right? Because magic really does work through you. You may be blocking your magical energy. I'm seeing Grand Trine in your chart, and if you know what I mean, you need to look into that Mars placements in your chart. They're showing that after a while, you're going to start becoming kind of aggressive, kind of angry, maybe a control freak after a while. But the status quo with the Queen of Swords and the Fool tells me that there are people around you that want to influence you to jump. Hurry up and do it. Just hurry up and say yes. They may start pressuring you and saying, look, this is what it is. I mean, it's just simple. Just say yes. Just come. Just do. And Spirit is asking you to unplug from everybody, to honestly express how you're feeling about it. And maybe that you need rest. I'm seeing someone's health improving when they finally tell them what it is, that you may need some time to yourself. I'm seeing a lot of that energy over the week. I mean, a lot of signs are saying, I need a break. I need some time to myself to figure out where I'm going and where I am. I'm seeing angel number 8888. And this is a number of personal power typically. And it means that everything good and pleasant in your life will multiply. And that angels are sending this number truly to reassure you that prosperity and well-being are ahead. So I'm seeing your surroundings treating you with admiration and respect. I do see that. They want you around, but they want you to use it for the greater good. And the greater good would be to bless people, but also be your true self. Be honest. Okay? And because the more that you're honest, the more that you can follow your intuition to guide you to where you need to be. You don't want to, some places, some people, some things are not meant to be helped. You might want to be a blessing to someone, and this person, deep down, your spirit's saying, save your energy. That's not the one. And you might find out later on that it was best that no one helped this person. They needed to get caught. They needed to go to therapy. They needed to go to jail. Like they needed that, you know. You might, and so Spirit is bringing that up here. Use that for the greater good. right? I'm seeing people respecting you 100%, but you, of course, respect yourself. When you feel the need to unplug, you need to unplug. If you're starting to feel sick dealing with certain people, back off, right? If you start, I swear, if your health starts to fade the moment that you are in someone's presence, back away. Okay, be your true authentic self in that energy. So yeah, Grand Trine energy speaks of your blessings. But we have travel here with the Two of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. This is telling me that you are, okay, so your life's journey is going to be highlighted. Spirit's going to make you sit on that. And it's going to show that you have grown a lot. You've come from a place in life at one point where you were like a work in progress, right? You know how people talk crap about like, I had to mold this person. I had to raise them. Foolishness, right? It's foolishness. Of course, that's not the case for you, but that is what you may have viewed yourself as, is what this says. Something happens where you remember, you realize, man, there was a time when, you know what I mean? I had to learn, I was learning everything from scratch. I didn't have it all together. Now you may have things, manageable at this point. And I mean, even if you're saying I'm struggling, because I can't tell you, almost everyone in America, besides the what 1%, I can't even say 10%. Perhaps the 1% is like the 1% is living good, doesn't even feel the pain of anything. They're just like they can still do whatever they want to do. But majority of us are struggling. Majority of us don't have, like, we have to decide some stuff. Am I paying my mortgage or my rent, or am I getting, you know, paying for this? Am I gonna fix my roof, or am I gonna pay my light bill? You know what I mean? Are we gonna eat this food, or you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy how it is. The price, I've never seen prices this high before. Um, it's wild to me. So I see someone who's saying to themselves, maybe I'm not wealthy, and some of y'all maybe, but I know that I know more than I did before. Maybe you have seen yourself or viewed yourself as very naive, and now you're like, I'm very much more now, much more mature. I understand things better. And so the middle of the week, I'm seeing things happen that show you that your life has truly changed for the better. Right? Your life has truly changed for the better. So we're taking steps here, and with the King of Pentacles and Empress, goodness gracious, right? I'm seeing that your intention at the end of the week is to, I do see wanting to be a blessing to others, but I'm also seeing you being very strong. I'm seeing you being a leader. I'm seeing people really respecting you. I think that you should be yourself. I think you should say no to certain people. I feel as though you want to be a blessing to someone, but your intuition may be telling you don't help them. This is that crazy vibe of a person who may be like hiding something crazy in the trunk, if you catch my drift, and they're just like, I just need help changing my tires. Something tells you, floor it, get the heck away from them. Although you could probably help them. But just helping them uncovers a multitude of other crap that you didn't realize you were helping them with. Trust your intuition with everything you've got. Prison may be something that is threatened to someone. I'm not sure. But I want you to feel comfortable saying no to some people. Magic works through you, which means you're a leader, which means that you have incredible instincts. And yeah, I'm seeing new adventures this week as well. I'm seeing someone's investments paying off, but I'm also seeing someone knowing enough to know. I used to be in a bad off, but I also know the energy of someone who's really bad off versus someone who is trying to set someone up, or versus someone trying to do XYZ. I could tell they really don't need help. That's not the case. There's something here. They're showing that something's going to be shocking. Something is going to happen. Be your true self, because something else is going to be uncovered. You might find out later that you're part of something bigger, that is just like, man, I saved my own life. Had I not done XYZ, I would have been in trouble, you know? Yep. I don't know, man, but trust yourself, okay? I'm seeing a scarab beetle. Those may be very important to you, okay? The color black is important. That I'm seeing black is, in a sense, vibrating on this amazing frequency of the richness of the dark. You know, like there's, once your eyes settle, like your eyes get used to or acclimated to the dark, all of a sudden you see all these shapes. You see everything in the dark, right? They want you to embrace your darkness and to shine your true light on the earth. Be yourself. Trust yourself. You're still a blessing if you say no. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. We have Aries. Taurus and Libra is really powerful. Aries as well. We have Capricorn, Virgo, uh, Gemini, or Aquarius here as well. So you could be an Aquarius Pisces cusp or a Pisces Aries cusp. We have Aries Taurus cusp and Taurus and Gemini, and Virgo Libra, Capricorn Aquarius cusps as well. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.